Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Hitomi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. On Thursday, you didn't come to class, right? Am I right?
We have Thursday class every week. I thought it's on between Monday and
No, it's so. I remind everyone that we have a class. Only 3 or 2 students actually came to that class, and I think the time was also. So now the time is changed. So in your Moodle, when you go there, you will see that it is on Thursday as well. So it is now from Monday to Thursday from 7 to 8:30.
Okay.
All right. Hello, Hitomi. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Simon.
Hi.
Okay, so I will remind by the end of the class when more students come in, I will remind everyone that we have a class on Thursday, but okay, let's get started. Now, I'm going to share my screen before. Okay, by the way, one of my students had a test the other day. She only came for my speaking classes because she had a problem in her speaking. Anyway, she got 84, 85 for her speaking. Before that, she couldn't get above 65. All right. Now she had been to, I don't know, to some other institutes, and she was told that to read slowly and to do this and that, you know. And when I told her, she said, really? They told me the opposite. Anyway, she got the score and she was very happy that she finally got the speaking under control. Now, because she was on my website, she did the readings as well. And something very funny, she said that one of the readings that she did on the website, I asked her to think deeply and remember which one it was, but she said one of them was exactly in the test, but she didn't remember, you know. She said, I remember that we did it in the class and I couldn't remember the answer. But anyway, I just wanted to say that the reading still, they are using the same questions there. So I want you to practice the reading section, the fill in the blanks and the other one, okay, as much as you
I
can.
have a question.
Yes, Hitomi.
Are we going to practice the reorder paragraph sometime or?
Well, as I said, reorder paragraph is like you asked me why we are not doing multiple choice, choose multiple answers. All right. So multiple choice, choose answer, we don't do that. Now, reorder paragraph gives you only 1.5 points. All right. So you should not, you should not concern yourself with those questions. I told you that in the reading section, only spend 1.5 minutes on these questions. If you can answer them within this time, you can. If you cannot, just drag and drop. Thank you for reminding me, because Mayuko also asked the same question.
Oh, really?
So today we're gonna, we're gonna do some, but you know, if I focus on a particular topic, it's because that is important. Okay.
I know.
If I pay attention to these questions, then you think, oh, they must be very quick. No, they are not that important, because they only give you 1.5 points. Okay. Or
for all the questions
if you get 2, you will get 3 points.
Okay.
So,
no, I was just wondering because I'm not that good at it.
Yes. The other thing is that, let me just go to the other thing is that everything I have reorder paragraph here. All right. From number 1 to number 50, because the rest I added later. From number 1 to 50, they are all exam questions, especially this one. Students came up to me and said, I got this in my exam. Okay, so I have it at number 1, the same. And one student came to me and said, I got this number 4 here as a read aloud. just to read aloud. Can you believe it? He said, oh my goodness, I know this. Oh, that was my read aloud. So that's recycling is good. I like recycling. I separate plastic from cardboard, and that's what they are doing at Pearson test. They are recycling all the questions into different files. Any more questions?
Is there any strategies for this, like rearrange paragraphs? Or...
Which one? For this one?
Yes.
There is no rule of thumb, okay? But there are, the only rule of thumb is to practice, okay? I remember when I started doing this test 5-6 years ago, out of 10 of these, I did 10 reorder paragraph, I only got 1 or 2 correct all, okay? So it's a bit tricky, but practice makes perfect. There is no rule of thumb. But try to find a standalone sentence that doesn't refer to any sentence before it. So that's your number one. That's your topic. Every other sentence refers to that one. That's number one. Number two, if there are dates, look at this. So here, for instance, so here I have 1789 before 17. Well, of course, this cannot be here. It should be at least before it. Okay, so that sort of things. Otherwise, the rest is all practice. You need to practice, and practice makes perfect. Okay, as I said, there is no. The other thing is phrases. Okay, look at this. The flange. Okay, the flange. Now you cannot have the flange at the beginning because the flange refers to something that you have already talked about. Okay, now can you find the flange other place here? Look here. So in 1789, Englishman William Jessup designed the first wagons with flanged wheels. So the flange should be immediately after this, because now we are, for the second time, we are referring to it and we say the flange. Otherwise, you cannot start the sentence with the dog, the man, okay? Unless, you know, you need to talk about him first and then introduce it as the man or the flange. But the first 50 questions, just, you don't have time, I know, just do this, look. So here is the answer, the correct answer. So read it like this. Roads of these the flange. Okay, so once you have it in the test, otherwise, don't waste your time here. Spend 1 minute, 1 minute and a half on reading, and then say, okay, this is first, this is second. Oh my goodness, it's taking them a lot of time. All right, I'll do this. Okay, there's no negative marking, number one. Number two, if you get 2 right, for instance, this one, let's say the flange. If you get this flange, this one, and this one right, you get half a point or 25% of a point or a quarter of a point. All right. Any more questions?
You said you're going to change the summarized written text template.
Yeah.
Summarize using text template.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say I want to change it. I said just a little part of it. What was that? Which part was it?
I made it when I asked you about my summarized written text through the WhatsApp. You said you're going to change it.
Yes, I'm going to change. Yes, I'm going to change the. I'm going to change the template just a little bit, but they're all right. If you've memorized it, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Okay.
But the new one, I think I made the change on a new one. So next time I'll give it to students. It would be different. Yeah, just that little. I know there was a little thing I changed. Oh yes, I remember. There was an and at the end. Okay, let me show everyone. So there was an and at the end. Thank goodness I remember that. Okay. So look, everyone, the summarizing the text. The template is this. Yeah. So where's the underlying blah 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 blah? So here, undermine the crucial implications of 8, 9, 10. And by the way, we have as well as, so you don't need and. But you didn't, Hitomi, you didn't have as well as.
Oh, really?
Yes, you didn't have as well as. That's why you needed and.
Okay.
As well as, yes. That's why, yes.
And I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yes, I thought mine doesn't have, I mean, the whole thing is, yes, if we didn't have this as well as, we needed and here. All right, because there are 4, 5, 6, you want to mention and that one, and then that's it. Okay. But anyway, that acts as an and here because it.
No, it's not summarized written text, actually. It's
What was it? Oh, yes, it was summarized spoken text.
Yeah, sorry.
Summarized spoken text. Yes, you're right. No, that's all right. Very good. Good memory. Here. Look, everyone. So finally, the speaker highlighted the following points. This, that, the other. So here, before the final one, you just add and.
Okay.
So you say the following points are 1959, New York, John Bolton, Donald Duck, and Barack Obama. All right, so remember, towards the end, just add and then finish your sentence. That's it. Otherwise, it's not a big mistake, okay? It's not a big grammatical mistake, but you're telling the computer that you're wrapping up your sentence. Any other questions? Now, shall we start with the last part of the writing? There was a writing we didn't cover, okay? And that was, I think it was problem solution or discussion. I'm not sure which one it was. Did we talk about discussion? Simon, did we cover discussion? Right, essay writing.
We done the discussion.
We've done. How about
No.
problem solution?
I didn't know.
Okay, I'll play it and you tell me if we had it before or not.
Problem solution essay types. Problem solution is the third type of PTE essay topics. As I mentioned before, we use the same writing template for any topics the PTE test throws at you. So let's get started.
So have you had it
We
before?
start with the introduction for.
Have you had it before? No? Mayuko? Does it ring a bell with you?
No.
No? Okay, we played. I'll play it. Okay, let's go.
We use the same writing template for any topics the PTE test throws at you. So let's get started. We start with the introduction and you start typing the effect of part of the topic, preferably no verbs, you know that. I'm going to use cultural shock as nouns here. So the effect of cultural shock, which has always been debatable, has now become even more controversial. The long-lasting influence of, again, part of the topic, preferably no verbs. You can repeat the previous nouns, you know that, but I'm going to use fewer cases of immigration, has fueled controversy over the potential impact of this trend on people's lives in recent years. It is thus agreed that, and now you need to have a thesis. So for my thesis, I'm going to say that cultural shock is the main worries leading to fewer cases of immigration as the thesis. So it is thus agreed that thesis, cultural shock is the main worries leading to fewer cases of immigration. This will be proven by analyzing idea 1 in the form of a noun, and I'm going to use education, and idea 2 in the form of a noun, cultural assimilation. Now we start with body 1. At the outset, there are numerous reasons as to why, and now copy paste or just type the thesis, which is cultural shock is the main worries leading to fewer cases of immigration. But the most prominent one stems from idea 1, which is education. For example, now you produce an example consisting of 2 sentences. My brother read some books on the culture of Australia before coming to the country. He also watched a lot of Australian movies to get to know the culture and customs. After analyzing this, it is clear that, and thesis, cultural shock is the main worries leading to fewer cases of immigration because of education. And now body 2. Another key justification for upholding this notion is cultural assimilation. Now produce a simple example consisting of 2 sentences. My sister lives in the United States. She follows the rules and customs of America to become a citizen. Thus, it is clear that, and now, again, the thesis, cultural shock is the main worries leading to fewer cases of immigration due to cultural assimilation. That is idea 2. And finally, we type the conclusion. Following the analysis of idea 1, which is education, and idea 2, cultural assimilation, it is clear that, in our thesis, cultural shock is the main worries leading to fewer cases of immigration. Further, it is expected that the government and individuals try their best to further improve the situation in the future.
Okay, now this when I was making this video, I was on my guards to take care of the spelling. But look at the spelling of analysis and of. Here, look. Analysis of. So after analyzing education. So look, I mean, whenever you have time, you need to read it again and look at it from a different angle. Otherwise, you can't see it. So I have probably I watched this video maybe 100 times, and today this is the first time I saw of. I had seen analysis before, but not of. So that's the same with you. Once you are on the website and you're typing, the website software does not tell you where your spelling is going wrong, okay? So once you did it, just copy it and then paste it in a Microsoft Word, and then you can see the mistakes you've done, all right? And those are the same mistakes you're gonna make in the real test, the same mistakes, okay? So write it somewhere and practice, all right?
Now, as the saying goes, practice makes perfect. So the more you practice, the faster you can finish your essay. And of course, the more time you save to review your essay before submitting it in the PTE test. Now you can spend 3 minutes on the next topic to come up with a thesis and 2 ideas.
Okay, now I'll give you 3-4 minutes, just the first, just the introduction. The effect of, okay, so first read the topic and then you write your essay topic, your first body, the first, not the body, the first introduction with your thesis, okay? 3 minutes, starting now. Okay, if you've done, please send your introductions to the chat. Very good, Hitomi. Okay. So I'm going to read Hitomi's first. Okay. So the effect of space travel, which has always been debatable, has now become even more controversial. A long-lasting influence of environmental problems. Very good. So one part of was environmental problems and poverty. You can say environmental problems and poverty, for instance. So the long-lasting influence of environmental problems has fueled controversy over the potential impact of this trend on people's lives. Look, people's lives, very good, in recent years. It is thus agreed that we should allocate public funds to environmental problems and poverty. So that's Hare's task. That is Hare thesis. But we can say we should allocate funds to the space travel. It doesn't matter. The computer doesn't know any of these two. So that we should allocate public funds to environmental problems and poverty. This will be proved by analyzing health and wealth. There you go. Health and wealth. It works for everything. Okay. Any questions? Very good. There was no problem here. So, no, I can't copy it. So anyone else has written? If you've done it, I can take a look at it and go through it. No? Okay. Now we're going to start with reading. Okay. Any questions before we start? All right. Okay, let's get started. So remember, here you spend 40 to even 60 seconds on each of these blanks. So you can spend 40 seconds, 30 seconds. If you know the collocation, just choose it. But if you don't know and you need some time, all right. Now the other thing is that the first line you read the whole from the beginning. But for instance, here you go back and until you find the start. So here, the start of a sentence. So you start from here. You don't have to read all this line, or just from here works to provide C. All right, let's get started. So this one, we'll start with Alicia. So Alicia, read the first one, and then when you come to here, choose one. You have 40 seconds.
Capital has often been thought of narrowly as physical capital, the machines, tools, and equipment used in the production of other goods, but or our wealth and well-being is.
Okay. So Alicia, I meant silently. Okay, but it's okay. Good.
Okay.
Imagine it's the test. Okay, so in the test you cannot read aloud. It's not part of the speaking. Okay,
Okay.
but remember in the test you cannot do that because other students might say, and then come to you and say, keep it down. Okay.
He is. Realize.
Okay. Why realize?
Realize. Because.
Why realize?
And
Because of on. The preposition on. So we say this relies on, this depends on. Okay. Now reduces doesn't have a preposition, compensates on, we can't say compensate. Let me read. But anyway, we choose relies for now and then come back to it. Okay. Next one. Hitomi.
Degrading.
Very good. So the opposite of degrading is improving. So improving is out of question. So you have the other three, which means going down. Okay. The degrading services make sense. All right. Next one, Mayuko.
Regulating.
Purifying water and sorry, what was that?
Regulating. Second one.
Very good. How about controlling? Because diminishing and denying, so regulating is fine. You go with that. Very good. And the last one, Simon.
Reliable.
With reliable ways.
Okay.
Very good. Excellent. You all got it correct.
is there any strategies for this? Like sometimes you get so much confused for.
Yes, the only strategy is collocations. You need to know collocations. So for instance, remember I said on, so you say depends on and relies on. All right, so that's the only thing that points to the right answer. Otherwise, there's no other way of getting around this. Okay, you need to know collocations.
Can it be controlling our climate?
It can be, okay, but the thing is that if you have it's between the best and the maybe answer. All right, so
what's the difference between regulating and controlling? Regulating.
Okay, in regulating at home, you regulate the climate. Okay, so you make it hotter, you make it colder. That's regulation, regulating our climate. But controlling is a different thing. Okay, so controlling means it's gonna rain and you stop it. Okay, we're gonna have a hurricane, as tornado, and then you can stop it. Okay? That's controlling, which is we cannot do that. We can just regulate it, and it's about a small section of climate. Okay, now let me go to a different. Oh no, you have to be quick. Haven't we done this before? Let's check. Have we done this before? We have? All right, I got 7 nods. Okay, that's enough. So, Yagita, you start. So you need to read the first paragraph, read the first sentence, and then choose one.
Ointments and medicines.
Okay, so ointments. All right, number 2, Alicia.
Recorded.
Okay, next one, Simon.
Tablet.
Very good. That's deja vu to me. Next one, Mayuko.
Go back.
Anyone else?
Date back.
Very good. Okay. Now, in order to remember that, Mayuko, the Yasukuni Shrine, okay, dates back to the Second World War. All right, it dates back. Remember? Okay, you know what Yasukuni Shrine is, right? No?
I didn't understand, sorry.
Yasukuni. Yasukuni.
Who is that? I don't know.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I thought it's something. So I don't know. Tokyo dates back to 500 years or 400, you know. So dates back means goes back to, but dates back to, there's a special day that you mentioned a date, but go back to, that's a different story. It is not in time. Okay, date refers to the time. Remember, the pyramids, they date back to 3,000 years ago. The pyramids in Egypt. Okay, so that's date back. Simon? I'm sorry, no, Hitomi, sorry. Hitomi.
Still, I'm not sure.
Okay, anyone else? That's correct. And Alicia.
Were prepared.
Okay, prepared. Now look, abridge and brief, they both mean the same. Means to shorten, to concise, to compress. Okay, so abridge and brief means to compress. So if you use one, then the other should be the same because they have the same meaning, unless there's a collocation involved. So these two, out of question. Now you need to go between the other two. So the first two means shorten. Detailed is the opposite of shorten. Means you write yes. So the answer is where detailed papyrus. Okay, means they were written with all yeah, in details, not abridged.
Detailed. Why is the second one is recorded? The medical use report is recorded on
Yeah. And for me,
The second one,
Yeah.
what did we say? Oh, which one do you think is the answer?
I wasn't sure. I couldn't choose.
Okay. Now, because the medical use of plants is on fragments of, okay. So on fragments, on something, what do you do on something? You either mark or you record it.
Yeah, mark or record.
Yes. So filed and report, out of question. So between these two, now, the medical use of plants is recorded on fragments of paragraph and clay tablets. So because the clay tablets are here, then we use recorded. Okay.
why
But-
not pieces for clay pieces?
Mhm.
Tablets like
Yes. This one, because that's a collocation. Okay, look. Now collocations, you can easily find them. I mean, these days with the clay. Look at that. Look at that. I haven't even typed it. The computer gives me. It knows the collocation. The computer knows the clay always comes with tablets. All right, and the same is with learning English. So that's how we learn collocations, that they come.
So why not marked? Marked. Mark.
Because mark here, if you read it, marking is not something that you can read. Okay, and if it is marked, you cannot read it. But recorded is read it. You can read it later. All right.
Mark.
That's the only thing that I can think of at the moment. All right.
Mark.
So if you mark on your book, it's just a line, and that's it. It doesn't say anything, like you highlight it. Okay. But when you record something, that's different. You can read it later.
Because there's a book, it's talking about a book. That's why you're saying.
Yes. Papyrus means paper. Papyrus is the first type of paper that Egyptian used, and clay tablets, the first type of, again, paper. I was listening to a scientific program about the same tablets, that they come from old Persia, and they date back to 4,000 years ago. 4,000 years ago, and they come in. Let me show you these clay tablets here. Clay. So there we go.
They look like marks.
Yes, they are actually markings. They are actually markings. Yes, but and they are called in my language. We call them nail writing. Nail, like, because they do it with their nails. Look, it looks as if they've done it. So nail writing, but in English we call them cuneiform. It's the type of, Anyway, so one of these tablets, the first story in that has been discovered, and that is the story of Gilgamesh. The story of Gilgamesh is the oldest story that goes back to 4,000 years ago. All right, the story of Gilgamesh is written on one of these clays, and that's the oldest story in the world that has ever been found up to now. You might find one next year, who knows, but this is the oldest. Anyway, next one. Simon.
Observe.
Which one?
The third one.
Okay, observed brain activity. All right. Next one. Yagita.
to outline.
Okay, to outline. All right. Hitomi.
Cold.
We had this before, hasn't it's all deja vu to me. We had not had this before? No? Okay. It's deja vu to me then. All right.
Because you made it.
No, that goes back to 5 years ago. I can't possibly remember that time.
Ah, okay.
But yes, but it's deja vu to me anyway.
Mm.
And Mayuko.
Regard it.
Okay, you got it. Now the first one, Simon, you said very good. For scientific, we say scientific observation. All right, so observe is a collocation here. However, exam also could be, but exam is in terms of, you know, so the brain activity can be observed. So I would go with observe first, and then if you didn't have observed, then exam would. So you always go for the best one, okay? The best option. Remember, you might have to. Let me give you another example. If in this is a formal test. In formal tests, we do not use get. Remember, in conversation, I can tell you, oh, get the phone. Someone is at the door. Get the door. Okay. So this get is very, very informal. So if in a test you have a word that the answer can be get, and there's another one that also can be the answer, get is informal. We do not use it. Okay. In a hypothetical situation. Anyway, so observe this one. In my placed in frightening situation to what the brain circuits. What do you do to brain circuits? Do you pursue them? Do you outline them? Do you trace them? Do you duplicate? Duplicate is out of question. Duplicate means to make, you know. So the answer is
Trace.
very good, to trace the brain circuit responsible for freezing behaviors. Okay, we'll check the answers. I might be wrong. Anyway, in particular, researchers wanted to know more about the part of the brain. Okay. Why not known?
Known as.
Very good, known as. And named after. All right, we had this before. It is very, very deja vu to me. Okay, so where was it? Did we choose? What did we choose?
Cold.
Cold. Okay. And finally, which was? It is believed to be. Very good. Something is believed to be. It's a collocation. Something is believed to be. Okay. So we didn't have this before, right, Simon? We didn't have this before? Simon?
I think we did.
Yeah, it rings a bell with me anyway. Mayuko, what do you think? We didn't have this before?
I don't remember.
Okay. But anyway, I know it because I have made a YouTube on this one, particularly this one. It is in the YouTube. That's why I also remember that. And I think we did it in the class anyway. So you haven't watched that YouTube yet, that YouTube video about collocation. And I'll send the link to you right now. This is the one, the last video I made. And I'm still making this video about this one, PTE collocation and reading, okay? I can even, There you go, a hairball. And here, if I go to the prepositions, so the verb, but documents are still all. Yeah, watch this one. It is. Yeah. So I'm not gonna. So the answer is yes. It is here somewhere. I know prescribe. That's why. Okay. Anyway, do you want me to send the link to you, or you're fine? You'll find it. I think you. You want me to send the link? Okay.
Yes, please.
There we go. Chat. Everyone.
It is a very common collocation to emphasize the need. So there you go. That's a collocation for you.
Okay.
The need for hard work. And
Now, back to where we were, but I'm gonna go to a different. So we have 400. Okay. 298. Huh? Have to be very quick. Okay. He told me the first one. So take 30 seconds, 40 seconds.
I got a question for the
Yes, please.
previous one. So why not observe? Why exam? I mean, why not
Why not exam?
exam?
Yes, because as I said, exam and observe,
Mm,
collocationally for scientific stuff, we say observe. So if scientists are going to watch some students and watch their behaviors, they say scientists observed the behavior. They can say, what was the other option?
examined.
Yes, the examine is for closer, and when something happens, say, oh, they are examining what is the problem. Okay, but observe is just to
Just
know
watching,
the art.
right?
Yes. So yes, if what just like watching, but with scrutiny.
Mm.
Okay. So he told me the first one.
Mm.
Yes, he told me. Choose one.
Joints. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yagita.
Joints.
Anyone else? Now I'm going to show you a photo, and this will stay with you forever because that's the best way of learning things. Okay. Look, I still haven't typed it. I'm not even finished. Okay. Now I'm going to show the photo to you. I hope the photos are not. Yes, they are not. Okay, look at this. It is bursting at the seam. Okay, so if look at this one, it's bursting at the seam. Okay, at the seams. So this one already burst at this. Okay, so I'm not going to go down anymore. It's getting dangerous, more dangerous. All right, so bursting at the seam means that if you wear something that belongs to maybe 5 years ago and you put on a little bit of weight, then you're gonna burst it at the seams. Okay, so seams is where things are connected to each other. So for instance, your shirt, your sleeve at the seams. Okay, so what does it mean to burst at the seams? You got the message. Okay, you got the idea. Now, so number one, bursting at the seams. Okay. Number two, Mayuko. Take your time.
Innovation.
Wish.
Okay. So I start from here. Anyone else?
Turmoil.
Revolution.
Yes, the internet revolution.
Oh.
It's a collocation, the internet revolution. Okay. Now, turmoil is negative. Revolt is negative. All right. So innovation, it is positive, but it doesn't make sense. Internet innovation. Okay. So yeah, we say internet revolution, a lot of things. Oh, it's actually revolutionary. No, look at the way we are. The way you are learning PTE now. Imagine if it was before the COVID or 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I don't know. You had to come to Box Hill for these classes, even if you live, I don't know, in Frankston. Okay, you had to come to Box Hill for 2 hours, sit there. Me from my home there. Now everybody is sitting comfortably at home. 1 minute before the class, you just sit in front of it. Even you don't have to wear pants. Okay, you don't even have to wear pants. Sit in front of the computer and everything is all right. See, that's the internet revolution. The internet has revolutionized the teaching, the world of teaching. Next one, Simon, please.
Temptation.
The temptation, very good. Okay, you go with temptation, we go with that one. Okay, but you can come back and we can change it. Now, next one. So here you start from here. You start reading from here. You don't read the rest of it. Okay. So, Yamita.
That's generally well. Well attended? No, well, new academic year and while classes are generally well.
Take your time. Yes, take your time. You have 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 1 minute.
Appeared for the early weeks.
So which one?
One does not last. I'm very confused. Well, visited for early weeks.
Okay.
No.
So the collocation for going to school or to university, what is the collocation? What verb do we use for that?
Well, populated.
No, you attend.
No.
You attend the
Yeah,
class.
attended.
Attend the class. All right. So
Well,
it's about
attended.
university, and we say. So I'll go with attended. Okay. Remember,
Attended.
the collocation for university is attended. Yes, Hitomi, you have a question? Okay. Mayuko, next one. Start from here. There. And then, yes, we have attendance here.
Dropping.
Yes, Mayuka, what did you say?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
Dropping?
Very good. You said dropping, didn't you?
No, I was mute.
All right.
No answer.
And finally, Alicia.
Fierce.
Very good. So we see for competition, we say it's a fierce competition. Okay, we don't say it's a hard competition. We don't say it's a harsh competition. It's a rough competition. Say fierce competition. Okay, fierce. Now they are all wrong. Huh?
You might say fierce or harsh.
Okay. Well, we say harsh weather, harsh climate. Okay, because it's negative. We can do one more. Okay, we can do one more. Now, who knows? You might get the same question in the exam, huh? Who knows? I've got 400, 500, and then out of the blue, just let me find a small one. Okay, 300, we go with that one. The first one, Simon. take your time, because you can have 30 to 40, 40 to 1 minute. So if you're sure, yeah, go for it.
Contributing.
Okay, Simon, contribute to. Contribute to. All right. Do you find the two? So
No.
say are contributing greater options for local employees who are having difficulties finding local due to employment rates and other. Yeah, so that can't be the answer. Okay, contribute to, say. Okay. So now out of that's out of your option, choose another one. Remember, we have the preposition. The preposition is here. So if you look, you can't find the preposition. The preposition is not immediately after the blank. It is somewhere. So here I found the preposition. Now you find the verb. So you say granting for, contributing for, catering for, providing for. So which one, Simon?
Providing.
Okay, go with that one. And next one, Yagita.
Waft? No, lofty.
Sorry, lofty.
I think.
Yagita, you say lofty?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, what are we saying here? What is he saying? It says that the local employers who are having difficulties finding local staff, so they cannot find people. So when basically there's employment shortage, basically there's staff shortage. Okay, now, so due to employment rates, so is that high employment rates? Is that humble, dwarf? So did you say lofty? We'll go with that one, lofty, and then we'll see. Next one. Alicia.
Consisting.
Very good. Consisting of. Okay. Hitomi.
Valuable.
And Mayuko.
Knowledge.
I'm sorry, knowledge. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's check.
Hi, beautiful.
So they have a shortage, labor shortage. Okay. So
But
for
high.
employment, we say low employment rates and high employment rates. All right. Now, lofty means high. Lofty means high, but doesn't have a collocation here. We don't say lofty. It's like, remember the first day I told you that coffee, for coffee you say strong coffee. I like my coffee to be strong. More coffee than water, more coffee than milk. That's a strong. Okay, but if you say strong means powerful, they're synonyms. But you cannot say I like my coffee powerful. You can't say, I like my coffee strong. I like strong coffee. You can't say, I like powerful coffees. But the English person would understand, of course, what you're saying, but it doesn't make, you know, sense because collocation doesn't make sense. All right, so we say high employment rate. Now, the opposite of high is low, and dwarfed also is the opposite of
So
yes. So that's it. Very good. But the rest, you did good. Very well. All right. Any questions? No questions? Now, the PTE, the most important parts that I want you to practice and focus more are: number 1, repeat sentence; number 2, write from dictation; number 3, reading and writing fill in the blanks. We just did reading and writing fill in the blanks. Okay, they are very important. If you're going to study, if you're sparing 1 hour to study PTE for the test, I would say out of 1 hour, 45 minutes should be spent on repeat sentence, write from dictation, and reading and writing fill in the blanks. These are the 3 main areas that first you need to spend your time, and then the rest on the other.
45 minutes for each section every day?
No, out of 45, I would say 15 minutes to repeat sentence, 15 minutes write from dictation, and 50 minutes on this one. And then the other 50 minutes you spend on other sections, all right? Or any other. So now I'm going to start with repeat sentence. Okay, are you ready? By the way, Mayuka, could you download it?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I just wanted to know if it is downloadable. Okay.
Yeah,
Now, yeah. Oh, here. So we're going to start repeat sentence. Are you ready? Okay. All right, the first one, we'll start with, so this is the order. Remember, this is the order. So we start with Hitomi, Alicia, Yagita, Simon, and we finish with Mayuko, and then back to Hitomi. All right, so that's a change. So Hitomi, Alicia, Yagita, Simon, and Mayuko. All right, so whenever I say next, you know who's next. Okay, let's go. Hitomi.
We should be allowed unrestricted access to outside money sources.
We should be allowed to use, we should be allowed, I can't remember, unrestricted access to money resources.
Money sources, very good. We should be allowed to access outside money sources. Okay, next one, Alicia.
Anxiety is a perfectly appropriate response to a threatening situation.
Anxiety is a perfect response to, I forgot.
Threatening situation.
Threatening
Okay.
situation.
Yes, Yagita, next please.
All internal combustion engines work on the same basic principles.
You're chewing gum.
All engine are worked on the same basis of principles.
Okay, next one, Simon.
The future of Iran occupies a central position in the changing politics of the region.
The future land for occupation. That's all.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. The future of Iran occupies a central position in the future of the region. Okay, Mayuko?
I'm a traditionalist unless there is a compelling reason for change.
Our traditional reason
To change.
change.
I'm a traditionalist unless there's a compelling reason for change. Back to Hitomi.
Your insurance situation is of considerable interest to your host.
Your insurance situation is all considerable. Your host.
Very good. Of considerable interest to your host. Very good. You almost got 90% of it. Excellent. Alicia?
The online library search system is currently available to the public.
The online library system is available to the public.
Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Next one, Yogita.
The Guardian has carried out a detailed analysis of the emails and documents.
The Guardian has accessed the detail of
and analysis. Has carried out a detailed analysis of, anyone remembers? The Guardian has carried out a detailed analysis of emails and documents. Good. Next one. Whose turn is it, Simon?
It is time now to draw a line between freedom of expression and dangerous rhetoric.
It is time now to draw between
Very good.
dangerous
rhetoric, and there was a rhetoric. Okay. It is time now to draw a line between freedom of expression and dangerous rhetoric. Okay, Mayuko.
The concept of emotional intelligence is based on brain research.
The concept of emotional intelligence is based on brain
research. Very good. You got almost all of it. Excellent. Hitomi.
Finding an idea that is scalable is an entirely different matter.
Finding is scalable is
entirely
different matter.
Very good. A different matter. Next one, Alicia. Sorry, finding an idea that is scalable.
Physicians are taught to respect the ethical principle of non-maleficence.
Physicians are taught to the maleficent.
Very good. Physicians are taught to, what was the verb? To follow?
Malefic, I don't know.
No, the verb. What was the verb? Physicians are taught to respect the ethical principle of non-maleficence. Good. Non-maleficence. I changed the person. There was another, I think it was a gentleman. I changed it to this lady. Okay, next one. Let me start from here, okay? So who says it?
Mine.
Oh, Yagita. Yes, let's go. After this.
Their natural environment is in the nooks and crannies of trees in rainforests.
The natural environment is the name of tree.
Okay, yeah, and jungle. Remember, there was a jungle.
Jungle.
Which number was it? 25?
24.
24. There you go. Their natural environment is in the nooks and crannies of trees in rainforest. Nooks and crannies. It's a collocation. Nooks and crannies. Okay, they always come together. Nooks and crannies.
Is it from real test?
I'm sorry?
Is it from real test? Real exam?
No. No.
Okay.
They are not.
Yeah, they are very.
But
Because it's very difficult.
Yes, but you are learning collocations. These are the collocations. Look, the two words are their collocations, natural environment. So when you are doing the reading section, you say, oh, low priority. I know low. Is that lofty priority or, you know, that sort of thing. Okay.
Nooks and crannies.
Look.
And crannies.
Nooks and crannies.
So, like bursting at the seams.
And crannies.
Hey, look here. I haven't even typed it yet, but this is how the brain works. This is how our brain works. As soon as you say it's the nooks, the English people say and crannies in their brain say and crannies. Okay, so nooks and crannies means, you know, small places here and there. Look at that, nooks and crannies here in the concrete. Okay. Next one. Who says it?
Simon.
Simon.
The original version contains some rather elaborate jokes.
The original version contains some letter
jokes. Some jokes, yes. Okay, next one.
The police did not seem particularly concerned.
The police did not seem particularly concerned.
Very good. Now, this is these 50 questions. Yes, they are before I changed my microphone, because I changed the microphone and I got a professional one. These people, they were recording it on their phone. So the first 50, they did it on their phone, and then I got the professional microphone here. So the quality is now much better. Let's start with this one. So unit 3. Okay. We'll start with Hitomi again. Oh, is that Mayuko? Mayuko, you didn't do it. Did you?
She just did.
Oh. Alzheimer that's called Alzheimer, okay? Hitomi. Hitomi. That's a collocation, by the way.
She is reading a simplified version of the novel.
She's reading a simplified version of the novel.
Excellent. So you see, the opposite of simplified is detailed. Okay, so simplified version. Very good. Next one, Ali.
There was a deep moral and social dimension to it all.
There was a deep moral and deep for all.
Very good. To eat all. To eat all. Excellent. There was a. Can you remember one of the words? Moral. Moral. Oh no. There was a. Let me play it again. What number was it?
201.
201?
Maybe.
201.
But
There was a deep moral and social dimension to it all. Okay. Next one.
I want to concentrate on one specific aspect of the report.
Yagita? You are chewing a gum.
no, my internet just
All right.
fluctuates.
Your internet was chewing a gum there.
Yeah.
Yes. So next one. It doesn't matter. Who's written? Anyone wrote an Alicia, can you?
I want to concentrate on the specific report.
Very good. You see, if you write down, you remember that. Very good. Excellent. And it's very good for your right-hand dictation. Next one, Yagita.
He presented a report to the committee on the assumption that there was sufficient information.
He presented information on the
Assumption? On the assumption?
the
There was an assumption there. Okay. All right, that's fine. Simon?
Learning skills of textual analysis using computers is central to the course.
Learning skill. Computer.
Are central to the course.
to the course.
Look, where is it?
Learning skills.
Yes, learning skills. So the first of all, textual analysis is the collocation and central to. We say central to something. So the preposition is to, central to something. All right. Next one, Mayuko.
It can only be understood in the wider context of social conservatism.
It can be understood social conservatism.
Very good. Social conservatism. Excellent. Next one, back to Hitomi.
The Morton program has won favourable notice in academic circles.
The Morton something is only in academic circles.
Very good. The Morton program. The Morton program.
Morton program.
Alicia.
One can only hope that he will not apply this theory to foreign policy.
One can only hope. I forgot.
Foreign policy. There was a foreign policy. One can hope that he does not apply this to foreign policy. Next one, Yagita.
Lately, the flag has become the focus of intensifying controversy.
Focus of intensifying the
controversy. Lately, the flag has become the focus of an intensifying controversy. Good, very good. Next one, Simon.
Flowers are also great for containers, alone or as a central feature.
Flower also great. Container alone.
A feature, very good. And there was a feature as
a central feature.
Central feature, very good. Good, Simon, good. Mayuka.
Only photographs that are clearly related to the directive will be posted.
Only photograph can be related to
Can be posted.
Can be posted.
Back to Hitomi.
She and her colleagues conducted the study at Monash University.
She and her colleagues conducted a research study at Monash University.
Very good, perfect. Yakita, Alicia.
Writing a critical analysis requires lots of essential reading on the subject.
Writing a critical requirement is an essential on the subject.
Very good, on the requirement. Good, good. Next one. Yagita.
His most notable work has been in developing cultural dimensions theory.
Is my notable construction theory? I don't know.
Very good. There was a theory as well. Yes. Now, these are related to, all these questions are related to academic life. So they are in a way on the par with the test, but they are much more difficult than them. So if you get used to these, the test will be much, much easier than these. And I think for the right form dictation, the questions get repeated, but for repeat sentence, it's very easy to produce new questions, let's say. It's very easy, but the thing is that they do not remove the questions. Sometimes they do, but most of the time, the questions still remain on their bank. So let's say up to now, they have 5,000, 2,000, 3,000 of repeat sentences. So once you see the test, the computer randomly chooses 10 to 12 of them. And the questions are all divided into 3 types: easy, medium, and difficult. And you are going to get all 3 types. So if let's just say you're going to have 12 right from the 12 repeat sentences. So 4 will be easy, 4 will be medium, and 4 will be difficult. And the other thing is that you do not get them in the same order. You do not get 4 easy, 4 medium, 4. No. You might get the first one. So it is all random. So you will get all these out of the bank. 4 for medium, 4 easy, 4 medium, 4 difficult. You will get 12, but the place which one comes first is random. So you might get one difficult first and say, oh my goodness, it's going to be very difficult. No, it's not going to be difficult. You got the most difficult one first. All right. And then there are 2 or 3 more difficult, and then the other one. So sometimes you start the test, the repeat sentence, and the first one is very difficult. Sometimes it's very easy. It's all random. All right. You cannot say all my repeat sentences were difficult. No, computer chooses, and it is based on the number of words. So an easy question on the computer is defined as a sentence which has 5 to 8 words in it. A medium one, 7 to 10. A difficult one, 9 to 15. So that's how it is defined. All right. Any questions? Okay, whose set is it? I forgot.
Simon.
Simon, let's go.
None of the communications logged involved direct communication with another health professional.
Another communication involved.
With another, there was another as well. Okay, next one. Hitomi. I'm sorry, Mayuko.
He argues that pursuing the dominant paradigm can actually be counterproductive.
Here's arguing is becoming I don't remember.
Yes, it's actually counterproductive. A paradigm is actually counterproductive. Okay, and the last round, Hitomi.
The university diversified the educational program by introducing new subjects.
The university diverse something program by something new subjects.
Very good. Yes, most of it correct. Alicia.
The environmental impact consequences of tourism can be grim.
The environmental impact becomes grim.
Very good. Can be grim. G-R-I-M. Grim. What does it mean, grim? Sad. Negative. Yes. Yavita.
The Bren gun was used extensively by Australian infantry.
The pen was used by Australian infantry.
Very good. Was used extensively by Australian infantry. Excellent. Simon?
Evolution is no longer just a theory. It's a firmly established scientific fact.
Evolution is no longer just belief.
Very good. It's a fact. Evolution is no longer a theory. It's now an established fact. Very good. And the last one, Mayuko.
A wide field is opened here for future research and critical inquiry.
Wide field opened for research in the future.
Very good. Inquiry for research, inquiry. Okay. For research, inquiry. Okay. Time is up. Do you have any questions? No? All right. I'll see you. Yes, Yagita, please.
Could you please, you told to spend 45 minutes on which modules? I missed that thing.
No. I was just
yeah,
giving you
the
a
most
hint.
important things.
Yes, I was just giving you a hint. I'll take a photo of this. Okay, take a photo of this. So here, there are 20 questions, and I have prioritized them on numbers. So number 1, repeat sentence. Number 2, write from dictation. Number 3, reading and writing. Number 4, read aloud. Number 5, summarize spoken text. Number 6, describe image. So this is how you prioritize. So number 1, 2, 3. These are the most important ones, okay? And for instance, look, reorder paragraph is 14, okay? Multiple choice, choose multiple answer, 20. Multiple choice, choose multiple answer in listening, 19. All right, so that means don't even spend time there. Even we don't actually answer these questions, you know that. But that's how it works, okay?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. You have a good night.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow. Bye. Have a good one. See ya.